What's this part called? The hold?
Say again?
What's this part called? The galley or the hold or the...
Okay, well, this is the cabin.
The cabin.
So that's the galley. So
Wow.
two burner with an ice box behind it.
Nice.
Nice,
So what do you got? Like a well for of some sort, or a storage tank of some kind?
oh, for the water?
Yeah, for the
It's over
water.
here.
Okay.
It's actually it's an order tank, with the same as a military use splatter.
Oh, okay.
So put in a 52 gallon.
52
The
gallon.
original design had basically just the plywood floors and water tanks in the building, basically.
I see.
I didn't like that.
Okay.
'Cause I just thought, it's just a potential source of, rotting out the building.
Oh, yeah.
So I went with a bladder, and then, I've got the option of putting in two small bladders on this side, because this
Right.
bulkhead is actually, I've got a divider on the batteries.
Very cool.
Yeah, wet locker here. This is basically when you're coming in off watch and you stinking
Oh,
wet.
right. Yeah.
So all the shit gets
All wet stuff goes in there.
goes in there. All sailors, suits, wetsuit, everything else. Yeah,
Crazy.
AC power if we're ever hooked up to shore.
Oh, nice.
We can, we got a water heater tucked in behind that panel right there.
Right.
And a battery charger, which is on right now. So if you're ever on shore, I can charge batteries, water, without running in.
Awesome.
Great. Rescued this beautiful compass
Oh, nice.
from a salvage store. So the,
Oh my gosh.
the original compass was in a binnacle, and the bezel on it was all cracked out. So built the box and rescued a nice compass.
Yeah.
It sits on the basically a big oak beam that runs
Right there. So that's the base of that the mast will rest in.
yeah.
Right
Inside
inside.
step.
And it'll actually come down from the top of the boat through right here.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So this is obviously a little sleeping area.
Yep. Main berth. Of course, there's two side berths.
So obviously that's the outside of the boat.
Actually, that's a liner.
Okay.
That's 2 inches inside of that. Is the hull.
Is there like a gap there or something?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
there's a gap just so the boat, you're not up against, in certain water that
Cold
back-
water.
Back in
or whatever.
start sweating pretty bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
typically, you try to even in wood holes they can sweat, so you try to play resting. And that's why I put this panel in here, because a lot of masts tend to leak.
All right. Yeah.
And,
Water will come down.
You don't want that water splashing on your face as you.
Right.
Because the holding tanks, every boat I've ever had a holding tank in stinks.
I would think so.
Stinks. So, porta potty,
Yep.
5 gallons. Never, if you're outside of 3 miles,
Dump it goes.
Yeah, over the side and yeah. Fucked up a couple of things. Forgot that the boat is kind of twisted.
Yeah.
Forgot that when I built that door, there's going to be a head here. So,
Oh, right.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, I should have only made it like half as
Yeah.
like I did this one.
Still functional.
This one was the first one.
All right.
And all the towels and what have you in there.
Right.
And that's just simple drain from the sink.
Oh, yeah. It's sinking off.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Actually, not just that.
Oh, geez.
Shower.
Nice.
Yeah.
Paul Thompson built this boat over the last 19 years by himself. You can see the skeleton framing of a Quonset hut he had over it. But me and some old college buddies are up here to help him when the trailer shows up tomorrow to put this 35 feet of sailboat onto a trailer. The rest of us are going to, I guess, be getting all this framework out of the way somehow. It's like 44 feet from the tippy end at the bow to the last point on the stern. It's a pretty amazing undertaking. I'll swing around, try to give you the perspective of it all. I just can't imagine, trying to undertake something like this. I mean, when you think about all the intricacies, I had the inside tour. Just everything that goes into it that he did by himself is just phenomenal to me. Can't imagine. Yeah, here's my old college roommate, Will. Just so you can get an idea of the size of this thing. It is big. So this is the keel, which Paul built this thing himself. It starts somewhere near the front of this and goes down towards the stern of the boat, maybe about half to 2/3 of the way. The keel weighs 6,000 pounds. Molten steel he used.
No, he was stainless steel and then it was molten lead.
Stainless steel and molten lead that he melted himself, right?
He had the form built stainless steel and then he filled it with the lead.
So I think he used a couple of 55-gallon drums and some sort of a piping
Propane
system.
tanks.
And he had the framing, I think, underground, where he poured this molten material into the frame that he built to form the keel, which was then attached somehow to the sailboat. Just crazy. Another amazing point was this was upside down as he built the hull. It's obviously right side up now. And he had it in this framing that, he built all this framing. And he somehow, by himself, using a strap and pulley system, flipped this whole thing over to be upright like it is now. Crazy. So my understanding of the plan tomorrow is, right now, this boat is obviously on this big frame that Paul built, and it's suspended by these yellow straps, which are holding the vast majority of the weight, even though this metal framing underneath is supporting some weight, but for the most part the boat has been lifted off of this metal framing. So evidently tomorrow we will lift the boat up even more off of this metal framing, pull the metal framing out from underneath the boat, and evidently the trailer that's coming in here to carry the thing away will be able to get itself underneath this boat onto the trailer. So we'll see what happens.
So we'll pull, I've got to drop the cradle, pull it out, and then we'll put it kind of over here.
So that's now sitting 100% on the straps, or like 99% on the straps, right?
Right now, well, no, because the keel's grounded.
Okay.
So when we pull that out, we're gonna put another block underneath.
Okay.
Just so that most of the weight is on the ground. Straps are there just
Oh,
to stop
great.
it.
Okay.
Don't roll. Pull that out, put it there. I'm going to do this by myself.
So just have it hanging.
Yeah.
No.
There's
No,
that.
that's great. I think plenty of time for him.
And then after he rolls the boat onto
So
the trailer.
who are you gonna get the help with?
Yeah. See ya. You guys are already here for the football. So when he loads it, we might have to take some of the shit down, like the crossbeam.
Right.
And definitely have a these little straps in it. But we might have to take some of the shit down just so he says he's going to load it.
How low is this trailer?
45 to 40.
Long. But how low is it to the ground to get
Oh.
underneath that?
It's low. The trailer itself has big.
I mean, I've seen those low boys. The Army had
But
low
it's
boys.
It's a
that-
U trailer, so they just drive it down. They take out the beams that are underneath it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They drive it down past the heel, and they'll slide the beams back underneath. There's 6 bolts that are hydraulic.
Right.
They'll lift that up
Part of
to
the trailer, right.
Well, part of the trailer can lift it.
and then they'll lower that down onto the crossbeam.
Ah, okay.
So the boat will actually truck out of here 6 inches lower than that.
Interesting. Pulling these blocks out from underneath the cribbing. Damn.
That's what I was saying. I could just
All right.
steal and move it.
Now we got just the straps holding this boat up, and the straps are obviously attached
Just get them out of the way.
external frame
This is a YouTube video.
Yeah.
to be part of it.
So Gio,
That's
I want
coming
you
off.
watching this side, and I want somebody watching the other side as we pull this guy out.
So we're getting ready to pull this steel frame cribbing that the sailboat has been resting in out from underneath it, and putting additional wood blocks under the keel to let it rest on the wood blocks. That way the steel framing's out of the way when the trailer shows up.
It's clear so far.
It's clear.
All right, it's out from underneath it.
What are you gonna do with it now, Paul?
There's the work crew. There's the supervisor in the blue shirt.
Yes. I'm thinking big thoughts. this would have been more fun to watch Paul do it by himself.
Because of this kind of shit, I have to.
There's the owner.
If you flip this whole thing over by yourself. I'll be
Kind of
Thor.
lift this end up.
I'm gonna go Thor. I can hide these hips.
All right, so we got to move this thing out of the way now.
You guys gotta put one.
All right, we got the steel frame out of the way. Just manhandled this bad boy into its current position. Obviously out from underneath
Manly men doing manly.
the sailboat.
Men in a manly way, according to the manly manual.
So theoretically, the trailer that's going to show up is going to fit under there.
I don't know if
We'll
I
see.
like the color, Paul.
All right, Army police call. Looking for nails and screws that could potentially put holes in this trailer's tires whenever it shows up. Pulling these blocks out from underneath the cribbing. Damn.
That's what I was saying. I could just
All right.
feel it moving.
Now we got just the straps holding this boat up, and the straps are obviously attached
Just get them out of the way.
external frame.
This is a YouTube video.
Yeah.
This will be part of it.
So Gio,
That's
I want
coming
you
off.
watching this side, and I want somebody watching the other side as we pull this guy out.
So we're getting ready to pull this steel frame cribbing that the sailboat has been resting in out from underneath it, and putting additional wood blocks under the keel to let it rest on the wood blocks. That way the steel framing's out of the way when the trailer shows up.
Glad you're good here. All right, bud. Keep coming. Nice and easy. Faster. Easy.
That is the.
Never get there.
This side is good. This side is good.
No, we're good. We're good.
It's clear so far.
It's clear.
All right, it's out from underneath it.
What are you gonna do with it now, Paul?
There's the work crew. There's the supervisor in the blue shirt.
Yes. Nice pad, though. Let me know an iPad. I'm thinking big thoughts. I think this would have been more fun to watch Paul do it by himself.
Because of this kind of shit, I have to.
There's the owner.
If you flip this whole thing over by yourself. I'll be
Kind of
Thor.
lift this end up.
I'm gonna go Thor. I can hide these hips.
All right, so we got to move this thing out of the way now.
You guys gotta put one block.
All right, we got the steel frame out of the way. Just manhandled this bad boy into its current position. Obviously out from underneath
Manly men doing manly.
the sailboat.
Men in a manly way, according to the manly manual.
So theoretically, the trailer that's going to show up is going to fit under there.
I don't know if
We'll
I like
see.
the color.
All right, Army police call. Looking for nails and screws that could potentially put holes in this trailer's tires whenever it shows up. Here comes the trailer. Hydraulics on the trailer. You just lift it up. There's obviously cushions that will pad the sailboat. So I'm at the stern. There's a propeller, rudder. This trailer is basically got a gap in it for the keel.
Trust in him.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what he can see. Oh yeah. Trying to get it centered. Center of ballast, I guess. Center of the weight of the boat to a certain point on the trailer.
A couple inches.
So evidently most of the weight of the boat is going to rest on these steel cross beams he's put across the gap in the trailer. And then these big cushiony things are just the stabilization, so the boat, it's raising up. So the boat will not, want to go left or right off of the trailer. Alright, so this whole trailer is on hydraulics. So he just raised the whole trailer a couple inches, trying to get the keel to rest on these blocks.
Position out so it doesn't get caught under the block. Alright?
I think so. Yep. Come on out. Okay. You're on the. Definitely got it trapped on the back one.
Alright, getting the supports into position now. Can extend that whole thing. You see the whole two holes above. Well, he can extend that if he has to.
You know, I can hear the straps moving.
You can hear it.
So he's taking the weight.
Yeah. The left side now. Oh, there it is in the front. Get three of these cushion things on each side. You can hear it taking the weight of the boat now.
go higher. Don't go any higher.
There are cross beams.
We're in
On this
contact
framing.
with our beams up top.
Yeah, so Paul just said the ship is in contact with those cross beams on the top. Alright, lowering the boat. You can see the straps becoming slack. Alright, no more straps. They've all been taken off. Alright, he's trying to get it, the weight centered, because this right side pad was up very tight against the boat, and this left side pad, you can still see it's still kind of loose in comparison. He's under on this. He's under on this beam, Paul. So the concern is making sure the trailer is low enough that this skylight right here is low enough that it's not going to hit these cross beams on the framing when he pulls out.
All right, guys. Can you just pull ahead and
All right, he's getting ready to pull the trailer forward. Pull this boat out from underneath all of the framing. We believe it's got clearance all around. We'll see. All right, here we go. We need the L stop.
You're hitting the winch.
All right, the front winches were in the way, both left and right side, so they were just taken off of the framing. Okay, it's inching forward again. almost there. I think we got it.
Whatever he wants to now.
Yeah.
Backing up.
He's using the hydraulic pads now to get the boat as perfectly straight as he can on the trailer.
He's putting it back in again. No, don't do that. I feel a little concerned about this.
So now
That's why
we got to get this whole setup. I guess he's going to back out of the driveway. Kind of tight in here.
I need the ladder to get down.
You're not jumping? The next thing we're doing is putting the mast onto this trailer and tying it down somewhere. And here's the mast. There's the bottom of it. Will be anchored on the boat. Working our way up to the top.
Right, let's go
We're
with
gonna
the last.
hold the mast on this side. So it'll go the whole length of this trailer. Mast is on. 45 feet long. Almost 300 pounds. We tie it down now. Yo, Gio. Cheers. All right, bow to stern. Close up. The wires coming off the mast are going to end up tied to those vertical silver stripes.
I gotta go over to the bowsprit. Let's see.
Trying to make sure the tie-down straps
Yeah.
are not
Now just
rubbing
wait
on
his
the
straps
boat
going.
and dorking up the letters. All right, we're loaded. Trying to get an aerial shot up on a 10 or 12 foot ladder. Looking down on the 7 stars. Beautiful, beautiful boat. Simply amazing. truck driver has been doing this for 32 years. Jonathan, great guy. From Massachusetts, got the good old Massachusetts accent, but he's obviously backed up a trailer before. Pretty amazing. This guy's got an angle around the barn.
Couldn't be more difficult. It's a good shot. It's a shot that I did.
Crazy. All right, almost at the street. I'm sure the driver's going to be happy when he hits the highway. Watch that Volvo! That's amazing.
Paul, you're not crying? Huh?
There it goes.